Hello, my name is Aseel and I'm part of this year City of KC Winter Arts Festival. My art practice is bringing people together. I'm an artist that studied pharmacy and art, so I feel like I bring the power of both into one space. I use performance, food, songs, installations, any kind of form of art to kind of connect those hearts. Creating and performing are part of me. I don't really know any other way. I make food, and for me, the plate should look like an art piece. I walk in the street and I need to make sure that even when I sing, whoever's passing by should feel the kind of the space. I don't know other way to do things but to connect communities. That's kind of part of nature of me as an activist before I am an artist. I was born and raised in a community that really needed lots of activism and lots of, as Palestinian, lots of standing and kind of talking about who we are, keeping true and close to our identities and our nature. And then coming to Australia and seeing not only me, but many people around us that are really missing their homes, missing who they are, missing their identity, their language, their culture, and they don't really see it in the mainstream. So I just wanted my work and even Bookja's work to be a tool to help those communities and those individuals, storytellers, to kind of feel more empowered to share those works. As a mom specifically, I feel like I used art a lot to kind of be present around the house, to add joy, even to kind of break some tenses and some kind of environments. As a sister, whenever there's anything happening, I'll just start with a song and my siblings would be kind of joining me as a whole kind of trained choir. In the streets, whenever I'm feeling kind of like, even there's people that are not, they're really feeling well, I just walk past and sing and like say, hello, you look great or whatever. So the music kind of introduced me without saying who I am and what's my name. Music is really magical kind of tool to use, and lucky are those that really use it to touch hearts, and that's kind of I think why I really love using it. My work tells stories of first motherhoods, those people that have been displaced from their homes, those who live their culture every day, those who miss it, those who feel connected even miles away, and try to kind of, like I said before, like a pharmacist, kind of to put it together, like a magician to make that kind of affect the people in the community, and like a mother to bring the community together in one hug. As a mother, I care a lot about the stories of lullabies, but also the stories of hidden tales at night that moms only know, especially those who have no village in Australia because they're away from their own homes. So it's kind of really like a pot that can always kind of bring different ingredients to make the best kind of delicious recipe that everybody can enjoy. Tahlila is a theatre show that brings me and Karina Sansbury and Camille Figali into one space to transform any space we go to into a 3D map of First Nation land. In this festival, we are bringing Tahlila into a smaller place, so we cannot bring necessarily the show, but we're going to give mums and little children a taste of what Tahlila can look like. It's activities and workshops and performances that mums and children can enjoy while they are listening to their own lullabies or other lullabies and enjoying their time. Tahlila is the Arabic word for lullaby. Tahlila is one of my favorite projects. I worked on Tahlila after I became a mom, and after I made up 1 million lullabies in the same 1 year or 2 years. Every time I go to bed, I just kind of have my recorder on and record all my songs that I just make up on the time for Rima to sleep. Rima is my 6-year-old now, but she was the inspiration behind this. There's much more into this country than that lullaby, there's heaps that I haven't heard, and I need these stories to be told, but not by artists only, but actually by the natural artists that actually make every day different and special with their lullabies. Sometimes it's lullabies they know, but other times it's lullabies they just really write, or not really even have a chance to write, but kind of sing spontaneously for their children. That was important for me to share with the world. In a country that speaks at least 300 languages and dialects, we don't really have that celebrated, like not enough at least. So Tahlila was a space where children come into the space and hear their mom's songs. They hear their grandmother or mom or auntie's lullabies in the space, as long as us, as the artist. The hero become the mom, unlike many other art shows where it's just, you know, coming to watch two actors do their job and go home. Tahlila makes the mom the hero of the show and makes that children celebrate their own languages, their own culture, their own kind of spirituality of what the time before bed into kind of very special time. And they will go home and say, that's why I need to speak Arabic, that's why I need to speak Hindu, whatever language, because then they value that their mom is seen and their language is heard outside of home. And when the mom is the one, so there's two love hearts in every child's eye, you will see it and imagine it with the look of like, my mom is the one that is singing. I can hear it in the background. So we work with women's earlier and later and in the show to kind of bring those magical moments for the children. The importance of Tahlila and the importance of sharing lullabies between moms and children is so important, like so valuable for the children's development in their life. While I was working on my thesis and looking for how healing lullabies can be for moms, I found lots of kind of stories about lullabies in Africa and how the lullabies are sang for children about the day when the child looks for his dad all day or his mom all day and they don't find them. So they say, sleep child, sleep, your dad is really tired, sleep dad, sleep, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you, sleep dad, sleep, I spent the day looking for corn. And they bring their culture, their art, their day into kind of apologetic but loving and warm hug into their children. Same with the nannies in Japan when they kind of created lullabies to heal for children that haven't seen their parents for a while because they're busy, and the nannies were the ones that are sharing their experiences with them. But unfortunately, at the moment, there's less than a third of the moms around the world that are sharing lullabies with their children. And that's so hard to even think about, because I cannot imagine one night with my baby without having those lullabies. And I could see how that brightly affected her relationship with me and also her actual character and actual, independence in her. She still remembers those songs, even she's 6 now. So I would love moms as well to know about that. I would like to share this passion with moms, to know that that's so important to share with their children. That's just like breastfeeding, it's so important to add to your children's lives so they grow and remember it. Just like me, now whenever I go in any places, I remember a lullaby that reminds me of home, of safety, of this beautiful hug that I took. And no matter how old I am, I still remember that and feel much better. So as my thesis say, it's a tool of survival and healing from childhood to motherhood. So keep using that tool. It's really magical and I cannot wait to see you in the festival. It's a memory of the smell of sahlab. And sahlab is the milk kind of pudding. It's something that my mom did for us every winter. And we gathered eating sahlab that is normally sprinkled with coconut and cinnamon and walnuts and lots of raisins. And it wasn't, I think, the actual taste. It was that warm place where we are all gathered watching the chestnuts getting ready and drinking that around the small heater we owned as a small family in Jerusalem is really the kind of my favorite space. Every time winter comes and I watch, all the kind of leaves fall, I remember that. I remember home. I remember that kind of warmth in it. And I say, if only I can create it more and more for people. If only that we can create those memories and share it with community.